Okay, here we are. So, a few things. One, I did actually manage to update the background a little bit, I guess. I did have to, I don't know, get a little creative to try to make it look like it's not awkwardly cut off vertically on the right-hand side. A picture of Joey and company. But I think it worked out okay. I tried to maintain the style of it. But anyways, oh, I also changed the borders, as you can see. Just adapting things. Now then, what do we do here? More stuff to use as a guide. Surprising how much guide stuff there is in this game. Okay, so they only have one suggestion as a guide. Interesting. Anyhow, I do have an idea for this one. So let's get to that. This will be my first time actually drawing something to reference in this game as opposed to the others. We'll see how that goes. It's gonna be basically all with the reds here. Do they still have the issue where you can't see white anywhere? They do. That bugs me. That was one of the big issues I had, honestly, with the original game. I'm gonna start with an outline, actually. I think. Something vaguely like that. The annoying thing is, it's hard to get this centered. I don't know how many squares we have, for instance. Is this even or odd? I don't know if I want to count this whole thing out right now, but at the same time I don't want it to look silly not being even. Because, for instance, that is not even. You're not in the middle either. But I can't do just one pixel right now, that's annoying. It looks pretty centered to me. In which case I'll assume that we have an even number of pixels here. So how do we want to go from here? This will indeed be heart-shaped. Let's try to make this the angle I go at. Why not put in a few reference points here? Say these are the places I think I should have the points of the heart. Is that too high? Maybe not. Something kind of like that. Hello. Come on. Yeah. All these things that you draw at the very beginning of the game, they spend so much time on the screen. So I feel like I need to put a lot of effort into them. And then a little bit of space in the middle for them to... Yeah, come on. No. Still not used to undo being on the left instead of the right. That really messes with the muscle memory. How in the world? Oh, grid? Where'd you go there, buddy? Weird. Okay. They put the grid. Huh. Okay. Anyways. No! 1 pixel. 1 pixel. Why is that not possible anymore? That's why. Okay, cool. It's getting to a very slow start. What? No! 1 pixel. There we go. Jeez. That was weirdly difficult. Well, clearly something's off-center here. One second. I actually have an easy reference here since I can just go up and down to the bottom here. Oh, why am I having such a hard time not writing multiple pixels at a time here? Like that. Okay, so then how many pixels from here? So that's 7. Is this 7? That's also 7. So is this actually centered right now? It appears to be. Okay, cool. Yeah, the shape of this is going to be the hardest part. The rest is going to come easily. Stop that. I need to get my steady hand back. Lost it pretty badly, evidently. Well, I feel like the pixels here are pretty small on the screen. All things considered. Might make that actually go down a little bit more. So I don't really want to raise up that corner of the heart more. More like this, maybe? That doesn't seem like enough. Kind of like that, I guess. I guess that works. Okay. 1, 2, 3. And a vertical one, right? Yeah. And a vertical one, right? Yes. Ah. Please. Tap. Tap. No. I'll get used to this eventually. Like that. Okay. This is not supposed to be at all round, it's supposed to be a very pointed heart shape, so... So far this is looking the way it ought to. So I'm thinking I'll do something like this. Go down at this angle for now. That's going to intersect a lot lower than I'd like it to, though. The way it's currently going. And it's going to intersect really, really low on here. I want to change the angle on that a little bit. Yeah, that's way too low. Okay, make this one... Well, actually, this one should be a bit more horizontal anyway, or a little bit more vertical anyways. That wasn't quite the right angle I drew that at. I'm supposed to maintain this pattern. Even that, I feel like I should perhaps just make it a... Oh, oops. I feel like I should make this more vertical anyways. Wish it was easier to just draw straight lines, especially diagonal ones in this, because that's the only thing that's making this so painstaking right now. That works, I think. Okay, so you just go diagonally. I feel like I wish I could zoom in more, though. I feel like I don't have as much zoom as I ought to here, and that's why I was having a hard time plotting specific pixels. Okay. So that's something. It's a little bit more vertical than I'd like. My reference that I was using is more squished vertically. I think it's kind of tall, but at this point I don't think it's worthwhile spending more time on this. So, the tricky part is that there's actually another heart inside of it. So let's see what we can do from here. This one will be simplified. So this one should go a lot faster. Oops. Honestly, if I wanted to make this look as nice as I could, I would actually be redoing this at this point to make it less tall, but oh well. I do need to have some consideration for how long these episodes end up being. I like that. I feel like that works. Again, it's with the proportions being off vertically versus horizontally, it's a fairly pale imitation of the original, but it's something. Okay, so what color do we want here? I feel like we could work with these few colors here. We really only need 3 colors, I think? Yeah. One of which could even just be pure white. Actually, let's fill this thing with black first. And at the moment, let's just make this inside green. I'm not going to keep it that way, but just so I don't accidentally mess the thing up. I don't really like that because that was... Yeah, I'll keep it like that. This is actually only the inside part, not the outline, but that's fine. But I'm not going to keep that outline on this is the moral of the story here. Do I want a more pinkish color there? The color I really want is kind of in between. I can live with this. Okay. No, the real fun is... I guess the thing is, I need to draw kind of an inner outline of what I already have here. Basically, we're drawing a bunch of hearts here. Inside of each other. This is what seems to be happening. But this should be easier now since... since I know... I'm angling everything now. So that was the main difficulty. I'd like to put this inside a bit more though, honestly. That's much too close to the outside. I'd like it to hug the other heart a little bit more. Okay. Kind of like this. I think the sound of me tapping the... I think the audibility of me tapping the screen here is made a little bit louder than it should be by... Whoops. By the fact that my microphone's actually partly resting on that same surface, so you can hear very loudly when I tap on it. I don't think that's too bad, since I don't think the sound is too bad. Of me tapping on it, that is. And it means you get more feedback on when I'm actually touching things. Okay. Oh, this one was very awkward. I may just approximate this with that. Honestly, I'm not sure I even really need this one, or this drop up here, but we'll work with it. Okay. So here's where the real action is. So now we actually start applying all this stuff. And I may, for the moment, just do it on one color. Actually, I need 4 colors here, in reality. That's fine. I have 4. And you... I don't think the angle's gonna be quite right, but I'm gonna start using it as an approximation. Actually works pretty well. We're very close to well. How about... make just a couple of these longer. Like that. Okay. And... you, I will... Does this one really go to any particular... Oh, it does. It's supposed to go down here. Come on. It's almost comical to me how meticulous this is ending up being, given how comparatively simple the end result is. But yeah, some of the proportions on this are still definitely messed up. I'm hoping that nevertheless the end result will work. But we'll see if that's actually the case or not. Certain kind of asymmetry is appropriate here, I think. Well, in this case, that actually ended up slightly off. So not quite that. I wanted this to be the long one. Okay. And one more line to do here. Actually, not one, not just one, there's 2. So then after this we'll just get all these colored correctly, and I think it should have a nice effect. I did something similar to this when I was in the first game. This is actually not quite correct here. I do need to do both of these. Although I find it kind of weird what I did here. No, that's right. Okay, whatever. Most of these line up with points on the... Oh, this one does. I was gonna say most of these lines I'm drawing at right now line up with actual like vertices on the heart, but one of these does not, which is the one over here. The bottom right. I'm not sure why that is. Okay, and this last one here I'll actually just get rid of there. Okay, shoo. So now we decide what color each of these will be. So I said I'm going with 4 different colors. 2, 3, 4. Okay. for instance, you... I'll make the lightest color. See if having a greater palette here is a blessing or a curse, so I just make poor use of the brighter colors or not. Actually, it may only be 3 colors, I'm not certain. What do I think of you? It's pretty okay. Well, this actually does kind of change color partway through, which is weird. If you look closely. The weird thing is... basically have this. And the bottom is shaded a little bit different from the others, essentially. Nope. Okay. And then above you get back to the right colors. No. That should probably be much closer to there. Yeah, that turned out very differently than in the original, that part there. Not sure what I think of this so far. What now? I kind of missed one part up here, actually. Which color should that... That didn't quite work out. I'm actually admittedly starting to feel pretty poorly about how this is turning out. It's one of those things where sometimes once you start really drawing it all comes together. This is not what it's feeling like right now. Jeez, come on. In this case, I'll do something slightly different. I'll actually make that outline a little bit brighter here. Yeah, I'm not sure how this is going. Trying to turn this into something potentially still okay, but the proportions being messed up on here is turning out to be a real issue. Honestly, though, this is looking virtually nothing like it was supposed to at this rate, at this point. And it's been about half an hour. Oh, jeez. Actually, no, I'm not happy with what I'm doing right here. Do what I originally hadn't have it be the outline here instead. Okay. I like that. And then the thing is, we do this once more, but a bit more simply inside. What happened there? Oh. Keep drawing pixels where I don't mean to. Like that. And the grid doesn't help as much as I would expect. Okay. So now... let's fill that in red properly. Actually, let's fill this whole thing just white and make it that color. Okay. Then most of the rest is just kind of you know, actually have a bit that's kind of hidden like this. Yeah, I don't feel like this turned out well in the slightest, actually. Fantastic. Well. Well, that's what we did. I guess I'll own it? This didn't work out in the slightest. But, this is a very... yeah, messing up the proportions to begin with probably made it all turn out a lot worse than it would have otherwise, because all the angles on all the lines are messed up as a result. Now, one thing I will do is I'll undo this here. Just to not destroy the outline there as much. But, yeah, so this was a very feeble attempt to recreate the hearts from the original Colonel Order Phantom Mule, but... oh boy.